And this is my World Cup predictions. We're already starting off at the UEFA playoffs. I'm already gonna see, Italy's gonna make it through. For Path A to Group B. Out of these teams, man, I'm either edging towards Poland or Sweden, but I don't know. I feel like Poland's gonna take. I feel like Poland's gonna take the W on this one and head over to Group F for now. But Sweden is a strong team, especially with the attackers they got. I think in Path C, we're gonna probably end up seeing Turkey get through. I know Romania could be a contestant in this, but bro, let's be real. I think Turkey's gonna probably get the dub. And here it's pretty simple. Denmark's gonna catch the W here. Intercontinental playoffs. So DR Congo, everybody's been, not everybody, but people have been going a little bit nuts over DR Congo. They're making it through the World Cup, pushing their way through. And you know what? I still see the hope there. I still see the belief there, and I see them getting past Jamaica and New Caledonia. I also see that here. I'd argue that Bolivia is gonna probably push through and make it to group. What is it? I. Yeah. Okay. Group A. All right. These are Group A tap to rank. Okay, guys. This might be a little bit different. I do see Denmark getting first place, and maybe a lot of people would argue Mexico. Chat, but I don't know. South Korea could pull this off. South Korea, then they just 3-0 Brazil in the friendlies. They're not a whole round bad team. I actually go second for South Korea. I go third for Mexico, fourth for South Africa. And I take Italy for number one. Italy's a very strong squad. I mean, I know they didn't have a good record against Norway, but chat, we got to be real. Italy is still a pretty strong squad, and I say Switzerland's going to take second place as well. Canada's going to grab third, and we see here Brazil is going to go first, with Morocco going second, and Scotland's going to make it at third. Here, I see the U.S. going for first, and I see the Australia. I don't know about Australia. It's either between Australia or Turkey. They're both not the greatest clubs, but in terms of this group, there's a little bit of contest in their own level, and I kind of want to say Australia, but I do feel like Turkey could probably get through as well. I'm probably gonna go for. Alright, chat, we're going to go for Turkey. 3, we're going to go for Australia, bro. Group E is obviously Germany. That's the first place I'm going for. I say second place is Ecuador, and third place is going to be the Ivory Coast. I say for Group F is going to be the Netherlands. And I'm going to say Poland pulls off in second, with Japan going to go in third. With Group G, I say Belgium's going to top the spot with second place. Second place is not going to be Egypt, not going to be New Zealand, but second place is going to be Iran. And third is going to be Egypt, with New Zealand coming in fourth. Obviously, I would argue this is the best country in the world right now, beyond a shadow of a doubt. It's Spain, and they're obviously going to take first place. With second place going to be Uruguay, and I would say third is going to be Saudi Arabia. Group I, first place is obviously France. I do think that they're one of the top 5 best countries in the world right now, beyond a shadow of a doubt. I see them, they could potentially go all the way in this World Cup, and obviously they're going to take first place. Second place, Norway. This team is the dark horses of the World Cup, chat. You got to hear me out here. My chair. This team is the dark horses of the World Cup. The run they had in their group stage in the qualifiers was amazing. the scores they were getting, the friendly, everything. They're doing great. And I say that the dark horses, I see them going all the way to round of 16, if not, well, it depends on who they're going to be matched up against. But if they're not if they're matched up against a team that I think that they're going to probably beat, or not a team that's like all-time world best, they could probably get through. Third, I'm going to say Senegal, with fourth being Bolivia. Argentina is another strong squad coming in here, and they're obviously going to take first place. And I say that second place, I say second place with Mahrez and all that. You know, I might want to go for Algeria for second place. But I don't know. At the same time, Austria can pull off something crazy as well. I'm going to go with Algeria second for now, and Austria is third. And obviously, this is also another one of my top 5 in the world. They just came off from beating Spain. Well, they didn't just come off from beating Spain. They beat Spain. They did good in the qualifiers. Good dubs. Great team. Portugal's obviously going to take first with another strong squad, chat. You guys don't understand. Colombia is actually fired this year as well. It's definitely going to be Colombia, and DR Congo is going to make third with Uzbekistan at fourth. First place is going to be England, with second is going to be Croatia, and then third, I'm going to go with Ghana, and fourth, Panama. Okay, so these are my 8 teams that are going, the third place teams that will advance to round of 32. We're going to have, out of these guys, Senegal is going to go in for show. Scotland. Canada. Mexico. We're going to go with the Socceroos. We're going to probably take Egypt, Ghana, and we're going to take DR Congo. Chat, DR Congo to the round of 32. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. All right, round of 32. Who we got? All right, 2 decently good teams. Not decently good teams. Germany's strong. I think it's better than Scotland. I say Germany's going to take the W on this one. With the other round, France, oh boy. Round of 16 is already looking kind of crazy right now, bro. I'm not going to lie to you. France is going to beat Australia. South Korea versus Switzerland. Chat, I see that Switzerland is going to make their way past South Korea. And I also see that the Netherlands are going to beat Morocco. Unless I could be wrong on this one, because Morocco went on a generational run in 2022. Could they do it again? I don't know. But I see the Netherlands taking the W, though. They're another very strong squad. Guys, Brazil is going to beat Poland. Let's be real. But, I mean, Poland is still not a bad squad as well. But I say that Brazil is going to take the W. And Norway, the dark horses, are going to beat Ecuador in round 32. I say Denmark's going to take this one. I go for Denmark. And here I go for England for show. But, you know, shout out to my homies in the DR Congo. They made it pretty far. Okay, chat. Croatia or Colombia. And I might, you know, we might get hit with some of the hate for this one, but chat, I'm going to be real with you. I think I'm going to go for Colombia. I really think I'm going to go for Colombia. Guys, hear me out here. I see Colombia going to take the dub over this one. I still think they're pretty strong. I mean, Croatia's a good team. Let's think this through. Modric, but is the club as a whole, without, you know, its superstar players, is it that connected as much as it was then, as much as as much as it was back then in 22 and 18. I wouldn't really say so. I would say Colombia's going off pretty strong this year. And my hot take is Colombia's going to win. That's my hot take, is Colombia's going to win. And Spain versus Algeria, come on, big bro. You can't let it go like that. Is this the North American rivalry? Come on, bro. United States versus Canada. I'd say the U.S. is going to pull this away against Canada. And I say Belgium's going to beat Mexico. And Argentina is going to beat Uruguay, with Turkey beating Iran. Italy's going to take the dub over Egypt, and Portugal's going to win over Ghana. And that takes us to the round of 16, chat. We're already starting off with a pretty hefty one, okay? Let's be real. Germany versus France. We gotta talk a little here. Both strong squads, okay? But, you know, if I was to choose one, I think France is just pushing off very strong this year. Especially with, bro, if you look at their just attacking front line, the amount of attackers, the midfield, it's freaking nuts. It's like an army. It's like a freaking army. Germany's very good too. I mean, Musiala, Kimmich. I mean, dude, you can go on and on. Leroy Sané. You can keep going as well. But I see France as a very well chemistry-like team that has great players off and on the bench. And I say France is going to go through. Not saying that Germany doesn't have a lot of good players. They have some great players as well, but bro, France is kind of nuts, I believe. Switzerland and Netherlands. I'm saying Netherlands. This is probably going to lead to another big matchup in the quarterfinals. Yeah, it is. Look at that already. Brazil or Norway. Guys, Brazil is a fire club. A fire club, my fault. A fire country. We already know the powerhouse that they have. But if we look at the friendlies, and if we look at some of the latest scores, we see even against some of the small, not some of the small teams, like even against some of the teams that they were expected to win in, they ended up, either slightly taking a dub in or not really taking a dub in. I don't see Brazil as a very high chemistry team. Yeah, I see them getting to the round of 16 because they're probably gonna make through there. But when you're coming up against what I believe is a dark horses, I say Norway. I say Norway. Hear me? I say Norway is going to beat Brazil. Okay, this is nuts. I say Norway is going to beat Brazil. There's always room for me being wrong. There's always room for me being wrong for sure. But I actually choose that Norway, with the strong squad that they had in the run up to the World Cup, the run up to get into World Cup group stages, and I believe that they're going to continue to make this run. And I see them beating Brazil. And then Denmark versus England. England's very strong, and I'm going to go with England to beat Denmark. Spain versus Colombia. Spain is going to beat Colombia, and Belgium will probably defeat the United States, and that's where the United States, the hosts, are going to end off their 26 World Cup. World Cup 2026. Argentina, chat. This is, yeah, okay. I don't even think we're going to get to this match. If this was to happen, obviously Argentina beats Turkey and Portugal beats Italy. Okay. We'll just talk about that later. France versus Netherlands. Two strong squads. France, I see France pushing forward all the way. Not to the final all the way, but all the way at least to the semis. Or the third place. Well, they're actually going to get into third place if they... I'm waffling, my fault. Anyways, I see France beating Netherlands, and I do see Spain beating Belgium. Norway, the dark horses are probably going to end off their run here. England's too strong of a club. I see England beating Norway. And chat... Oh, boy. Okay. All right. We got to be real here. Okay. This match might not even be ongoing because of how much aura that is going to be in the game alone. There is so much aura that's going to be in this game that I don't even know if the world's ready for it. So it's, it's a little bit of a harsh thing. Portugal versus Argentina in the quarterfinals. I don't see Argentina being as good as a club being nearly as good as a club as they were in 2022. Yeah, they still, of course, have a strong squad. But the Argentina in 2022 that was ripping through French defense, I don't think they're as nearly as good as they are this year. And I see Portugal, besides their year in the 2025, I still see them as one of their best they ever were. With the entire squad. It's phenomenal. I mean, even the way they played against Spain was incredible. The Spanish were getting nervous. So I see Portugal pushing past Argentina. I see Portugal pushing past Argentina. This is difficult. This is probably going to be difficult. And this is probably, this is going to get people tripping. If this is a real game that's really going to happen, this is a hot take. If this actually happens, there will be more people watching this game than there will be how many? There was like 2 billion people watching the World Cup in 2022. There's going to be like 4 billion people watching this, or 3 billion people watching this game alone. I'm telling you, bro. You don't understand this. This is generational. It's not just Ronaldo's Portugal and Messi's Argentina. It's not just like Ronaldo's club and Messi's club. It's Ronaldo's country and Messi's country going up against each other in one of the final stages of the World Cup. This is things people were talking about 4 years ago. That obviously we didn't get a chance to see that, but now hopefully we're gonna see it. In my predictions, we're gonna see it. But I see Portugal pushing through. And that takes us to the semifinals, chat. Guys, Spain and France, we see this before. Spain literally was winning 4-0 up on, like 5-0 up on France. And France came back and scored like 4 goals, and they were so close to the 5th. And they just missed it. But that just showed how strong France was. Anyways, guys, I see Spain taking a W over France. Again, I believe they're the best country in the world, and I just see them taking a W over France. And here is England versus Portugal. 2 extremely strong squads, but I see Portugal taking a W over England. And that leaves us with the third place match. That leaves us with the third place match with France versus England and Spain versus Portugal. Guys, France is going to take the third place win. I believe they're going to take the third place W. And I also believe that Portugal is going to lose against Spain. I see Spain taking the World Cup again. So, yeah, chat. This is this kind of hurts me. But if we're going to push the biasm away, and we're going to have to push away, what we want, I would love to see this team win, but in realism, I see when they rematch again, and they go up against each other. By the way, this is like the Iberian rivalry in a World Cup final, which is super nuts, but like I see Spain taking the win over Portugal, and that will be heartbreaking for many, but that's what I see it as. That's what I see it as. That is my World Cup predictions, chat. that is my World Cup predictions. Obviously, for the World Cup, I will be voting for Portugal. Good luck to any of your countries. But yeah, that is my World Cup predictions. I'm going to push away the biasm there. And that's who I see as being the champion. But my heart always wants Portugal to take the dub. Anyways, YouTube, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, bro, if you liked all this. Hope it was good content. Hopefully, the next time I come back, we're going to do the UCL bracket. Because, chat, we got to keep doing these brackets. The UEL, the UEFA Europa League, the UCL, we'll probably do we might do the Conference League, I don't know. But, yeah, this is so for the World Cup one, alright? Peace out to YouTube, though. See y'all later.